Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. I'm Sarah and today I've decided to dump some negativity onto you, while talking about 10 of my least favorite comebacks of 2021 so far. I'm already deemed as a lunar auntie and whatnot, so I might as well show up to my new position. I'm just kidding, but please remember that these are all my opinions, based on my own personal taste in music. Just because I think a certain song is bad, doesn't mean that's a fact, or that I'm trying to convince you to hate it as well. This is just to open up a discussion, and reflect on the first half of the year. Without any more rambling, let me know your opinions in the comments, and let's get right into it.
You're my only
I always struggled to understand all of the hype around Kai and solo music. I never found it impressive or anything beyond a very generic, 1000 times heard before song. I have to be honest though, and say that I only listen to his title tracks, so my opinion is based just on them. Bambi is by far my least favorite release by him. It's not that it doesn't suit him, because he absolutely owns R&B genre. His vocals were also amazing. But despite all that, I couldn't get past the first minute without getting bored and wanting to click off. The production simply has nothing captivating in it that would grab even the slightest part of my attention. It's a shame, because I adore him to death. Like literally one of my favorite vocalists in the entire industry. I think this song just isn't for me and would need a lot more dynamic to get me interested. But objectively I can say it's not a horrible song. That's why I put it at number 10, and not somewhere higher. I hope he is doing well in the military, and will come back safe and healthy. We will wait for him, and miss him a lot.
Everything I need is on the ground.
Who would have thought that Blackpink would be on a list like this ever? Probably nobody, but here we are. When this song first came out I wasn't impressed at all. After a few listens I got around to liking it just fine, and thinking it's a pretty decent song. However, I can't seem to be able to move past the empty drop chorus. It is the only element in the production pretty much that connects Rose's title track to other Blackpink discography, but it just shouldn't exist. Period. It feels so not Rosy. Yes, she is a part of Blackpink, but that doesn't mean that her image as a solo artist has to entirely match who she is inside the group. At least I personally think so. Gone is what I imagine Rose's music to sound like. She is very passionate about delivering something special with every note and every word she sings. I highly doubt an empty drop is something she chose by herself. It was Teddy's product, and it ended up being a bad mix of a ballad and a dance track. It aged horribly for me, and if it comes on shuffle, I mostly just skip it. I'm glad at least Gone delivered in its full glory and let her beautiful voice shine. Before someone attacks me in the comments, hear me out. This song isn't horrible per se, neither is it unlistenable. But it's one of the most forgettable songs I've heard in a while, and one of my least favorite Monster X releases. I'm not super familiar with their music and I also don't stan them, but from just listening to their title tracks, I personally think that the quality of their music dropped since One Ho left. Just based on my personal taste of course. Love Killer was also one of my least favorite releases of last year, so nobody should be surprised by seeing them on another list like this. I don't know whether their music truly is generic and there are just a lot of people who enjoy that, or their sound simply isn't for me. I think I haven't enjoyed a single one of their title tracks since Alligator, and that's sad. Sad for me mostly, not for them. They don't care about my irrelevant opinion. Their latest release just don't strike as anything else but your typical angry boy, dark concept. There are many other groups out there that are doing this exact concept, but better. Therefore I don't think I'll ever get into Monster X.
Right, you know how I like it.
Yes, I'm bitter that we had to wait for like a year or even more for this. I don't know what I expected from her main title track after hearing her pre-release singles, but it wasn't this. I mean, certain parts of the song hold up decently and are listenable as background music, but it's the chorus that ruins everything for me. The little squeaking noise she does at the end of each line makes me anxious and annoys the absolute soul out of me. I've seen in other videos that I'm not the only one on this, so at least that's something. I also don't think that the rap part added anything to the song. She is a very good vocalist, and by now we all know that. Nobody wanted nor needed for her to prove whether or not she can rap as well. It was decent, if I'm nice. Her flow is there somehow, but overall I wasn't impressed by it. That's a common theme by now with each song on this list. I'm so sorry. Anyways, this is one of my least favorite title tracks by her, and I wish she chose another song to promote instead of this one. Stay Tonight or Dream of You for example.
I see the new info. 적대적인 고난과
I made a review on this release when it dropped, and since then I developed an even more complicated relationship with it. Clearly not in the most positive way. I like some parts of the song, mainly the chorus and rap verses. Everything else, especially the little beat change, is a whole ass disaster. I love switch ups in songs, such as Love Cherry Motion by Chori and Vanilla by Lightsome. Those are great, add interest to the song, and aren't too invasive. But then you have Next Level and I literally forget halfway through that this is all one song. The messiness is exhausting to listen to. As soon as I get into one beat, it switches into something completely else that I totally dislike. I know that the slow down part's only purpose is to show their amazing vocals, cause it's SM-an. They love showing the quality of their vocal training out. Rightfully so, they have some of the best vocalists in K-pop. But there are much better way to do it than to give it a completely different melody, which isn't even good. I wish they just stuck to the production we hear during the chorus and everybody would be obsessed. At least that's what I think. SM needs to start focusing more on the quality of aespa's music, and not only on their storyline. Although that aspect is very enjoyable, they need good music to keep fans and general public's interest. Hopefully they can do that with their next release, which is supposed to be a physical album. Super excited to hear it. I also made a review of this entire album, and do I need to say anything more? Ballads make up for extremely boring title tracks. Wendy isn't an exception in any way, shape, or form. I forgot this song exists literally 2 minutes after listening to it. This is not a hate on Wendy herself. It was more than expected she will get a song like this, since at the end of the day she is known as one of the best, if not the best female vocalist in K-pop right now. But they could give her something a lot better. She deserves better. What got me the most was the fact that not only is her title track forgettable and boring, so is her entire mini album. There wasn't a single track on there that stayed on my mind for longer than 3 seconds. Overall just a bad release that most people forgot about after a week. I hope in the future she gets to release better songs as a solo artist and maybe not just ballads, if possible. I love rapping so much. I'm a total rapper whore, which you probably figured out by the fact that most of my biases are rappers of some kind. Either as a part of their solo career or inside their respective groups. But what I have the absolute biggest pet peeve against is screaming in the mic while calling it rapping. I get that this is a very aggressive genre, so more angry-like approaches expected. But listen to Bob Is You Mad, and then BTS UG for example, and tell me that anger can't be expressed well in rapping. It can be, and I know that, because I listen to a lot of rap even outside K-pop. Bobby basically yells in the mic for the entire time and I lose interest completely. Another example of this is BM from Card and his latest solo release. I forgot the title, but look it up. And you'll see which one I mean. I'm not here for it, because all I can hear is yelling and that's it. the flow gets lost, as well as any type of emotion that I should be able to feel just from the way a rapper delivers his damn lines. Other than that, the song is my style. I just can't listen to him shouting at me for like 3 or 4 minutes. It's horrific to listen to, and makes me too anxious. This wouldn't be on my list, because I forgot about its existence completely, but then I heard it in another YouTube video. As a result, I had to put it on this list right away, because oh my god. It's one of the cringiest things I've ever heard on my life. The production itself isn't bad, but the lyrics and all of the vroom vroom and shit is laughable at best. I don't understand how someone approved this as a title track. It should stay in the drafts and never leave that folder. It's a shame, because these boys truly are talented as hell. Giving them songs like this one makes them out to be a joke, and many people will never check them out again. Mostly because they think they can't take them seriously with a song like this out. It sounds like some 12-year-old boy wrote the lyrics, and it's simply horrible. There is no better way for me to put this. It's something that should never be released for the better of their career and all our ears.
Red and blue, let's make purple.
There isn't much to say about this one, since I know exactly what bothers me so extremely much about it. Everything. Literally from the first to last second, it just sounds like one big mess. Not in a good way. Now, don't get me wrong. I like messy songs, and messy doesn't automatically mean bad. But this song just took messy and put it into this in all the wrong ways. The repetition of "let's make purple" in the chorus annoys the living shit out of me, and I was only able to listen to it like 3 times. Every time I hated it more, so I simply stopped myself from listening to it ever again. Not like it was much of a struggle. Anyways, I think except from "I Don't Miss You," the other 2 title tracks are just bad, or not my taste at least. I hope in the future they can release way better music, because I think the members are talented and charming. They just need better producers for real. It's time to make some changes, because music like this does absolutely nothing good for them. If you enjoy this, then I totally don't understand you. I really don't. I know NCT units RSM experiment at how much their music can differ from everything else in the industry. Not a bad idea, if you actually know how to make something that is different, but also sound good. Well, this isn't it in any way. I hate absolutely everything about this song. Although the verses hold up okay, the chorus sends shivers down my spine. It makes me instantly annoyed, and there is nothing appealing about it. I tried to listen to it like 4 or 5 times to see if it will grow on me. No, didn't happen. With every single listen I despised it more, and that's why it's my least favorite release of 2021 so far. I hope SM gets its shit together and stops focusing so much on being not like other girls. What matters is quality, and with this release it just wasn't there. Anyways, this is all I have for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, I truly appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing and turning on all notifications by clicking the little bell icon. That way you will never miss another video from me again. All my social media links are in the description as well, so come chat and get updates on future videos, as well as my personal life. I'll see you again soon, and until then, bye bye, love you all so much.